Having good, healthy relationships is as important to our health as not smoking and staying active. Not having these connections can be as bad to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day and being obese.
This is the Transformational Life Consulting Podcast with Deepa Grandin, MD, where Christians like you get the practical support and tools you need to build your spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, and to guide you on your journey to health and wholeness based on evidence-based science and God's Word. I am your host, Dr. Deepa Grandin.
The title for today's podcast is Loneliness, the often overlooked risk factor for physical and mental illness. In 2017, my family and I went on a safari trip to Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. This park is in the northern part of Tanzania, close to Kenya and Ngorongoro. The Serengeti is a special place because it has the oldest ecosystem in the world with plants and animals you can't find anywhere else. There are over 500 types of birds that live there. Some all the time, others that come and go from Asia and Africa. You can also see the big five animals: lions, leopards, elephants, buffalo, and rhinos. So these big animals were amazing. I was really fascinated by them. But what I found truly interesting was how the zebras and wildebeest work together. They hang out together because it helps them stay safe. Zebras have great eyesight and can see danger from far away, while wildebeest have excellent hearing. By teaming up, they can warn each other when a predator is near. So this is just one example of how animals help each other in nature. Another cool example is how clownfish and sea anemones work together, like in the movie Finding Nemo. Remember that one? Also in Tanzania, there are birds called honey guides that help people find bees' nests. The birds show people where the bees' nests are, the people get honey, and the birds get to eat leftover beeswax, larvae, and eggs. These examples from nature remind me of a verse from the Bible. 1 Corinthians 12:21-22 says, "The eye cannot say to the hand, 'Hey, I don't need you,' and the head cannot say to the feet, 'I don't need you.' Every part of the body is important." Further, in verse 27, it says, "You are all part of Christ's body, and each of you has a role to play." God made us to need each other. We are not meant to live alone. A report from the CNN in 2023 said that 1 in 4 adults feels lonely. Loneliness happens when someone doesn't get enough friendship or when their social life isn't what they want. From the time we were born, we need other people to survive. For instance, babies need their parents to take care of them. And then as we grow up, we still need friends and family. But today, people often try to be too independent, which can hurt their mental and physical health. Dr. Julianne Holt-Lundstad found that the quality of our relationship affects not just our mental health, but also how long we live. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says that loneliness and being alone can be bad for our health, especially for older people. Experts say that being part of a community makes us feel like we belong, like we matter, and that others care about us. This sense of community helps us live longer, healthier lives. In fact, having good, healthy relationships is as important to our health as not smoking and staying active. Not having these connections can be as bad to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day and being obese. So how do we build stronger communities? We can learn from places called the blue zones, where people lead very long, healthy lives. Few things these communities focus on: family first, that is spending quality time with loved ones. Finding your tribe, like joining groups, for instance, church groups, clubs where you can share interests. bridging generations, that is connecting with both young and old people in the community and helping everyone have a sense of belonging. We also need to make our neighborhoods better places to hang out, like adding parks, community centers, and safe places where people can meet and have fun. This is important because when people feel safe and know they have places to go, they're less likely to feel lonely. Sadly, in our modern world, people often focus too much on being independent, which can hurt our long term health. Recently, the US Surgeon General warned that stress is hurting parents' mental health and that we need to support families more. Kids today are also facing more mental health issues, partly because they spend too much time on social media and electronics instead of with real people. If we don't encourage our kids to spend time with others, this could lead to more mental and physical health problems. But just like how people change their views on smoking, we can change how we think about social connections. It starts with small steps. Today, I challenge you to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. It could be a family member, a friend, or a neighbor. Your call or message could make their day and help you feel better in turn. Let us all work together to create a community where no one feels alone. After all, we are all part of God's family and are meant to love and support each other.